we are wondering also, entities like Uganda Human Rights Commission, who are quiet at a time like this when it matters. I know that when Eddie Mutwe was held by Muhoozi, Uganda Human Rights Commission issued a statement saying he should be released, and Muhoozi threatened them also. I don't know whether that's why they are quiet as well. So every government entity clothed with authority has now shrunk because of this man. We have seen the involvement of the military in arrests, overriding courts. Of course, we saw their involvement in the brutal elections as they were. In essence, we seem to be under a military dictatorship, a military rulership. And maybe that's why Muhoozi, an army officer, has got no regard for the law. It needs to be clear, because you cannot say one thing and do another. We need to be clarified that maybe the law does not matter anymore in this country. That maybe courts of law don't matter anymore. When they issue summons, they will be threatened and intimidated. So that there is no pretense, then the people will know this is what is prevailing. We all saw the remarks of the Honorable General Kahinda Otafire, immediate former Minister of Internal Affairs, after he handed over office to Professor Ephraim Kamuntu. He told him, look, I need to remind you to not allow extrajudicial killings by rogue officers in the Directorate of Crime Intelligence, which is headed by Major General Christopher Damulira. In essence, General Kahinda Otafire was conceding that there are extrajudicial killings. And those extrajudicial killings are by the state, are by men and women in uniform. That's what the immediate former Minister of Internal Affairs said. When we speak about these things, many times people say, this is just the opposition smearing dirt on the government, but this is your cabinet minister. He's still in cabinet. And he has been supervising these entities, including the Directorate of Crime Intelligence, headed by Christopher Damulira. What more are we waiting for? Human rights violations are not only affecting opposition leaders and supporters. We have seen the clergy. We saw Father Sekabida from Masaka, Deusdedit, who was abducted. It had been unheard of, but it is happening. We are seeing what's been happening to journalists, and now Muhoozi is also threatening to close down certain media houses. I saw him threaten Daily Monitor and Nation Media Group. Civil society leaders have been targeted. Even NRM politicians have not been spared. Last week we were in Parliament and I raised the matter of Honorable Margaret Etilu, the Amoria woman MP, who was picked up, and for weeks her family was demanding to know her whereabouts. So what's clear is that no one is safe. And so we cannot be pretending about these things. I know that in the past, when they would pick up the Eddie Mutwes, many people would be quiet and say, well, he's not a member of my party. Maybe he even committed some kind of offense. But until it reaches your doorstep, and now, this madman is showing you that he will reach everybody. And I'm saying mad because who does this in their normal sense of state? Muhoozi abducts and tortures people. He has promised to kill Honorable Kyagulanyi and Dr. Kizza Besigye. He said he killed 22 NUP supporters and he wants to kill others. Muhoozi, who the hell do you think you are to break the law in a manner so wanton that for you, you think that the lives of Ugandans are in your hands? I'm going to kill this one. I'm going to abduct this one. And then you follow up on these threats. We are not going to be intimidated and for everyone to shrink when this man is breaking every law in the books. It's not acceptable. And then after he has written all of this garbage that he writes, you see him post and say, me, I'm a descendant of Jesus Christ. As if to insinuate that he is committing all these atrocities in the name of God. This nonsense has got to stop. We saw the LRA, Lord's Resistance Army. They were killing in the name of God. We have seen several other people, groups, individuals who kill in the name of God. And that's what Muhoozi seems to be doing. That he'll commit all these atrocities, break the law in the name of God. No, as a people, we must say this nonsense has got to stop. It is not acceptable. General Yoweri Museveni declared that, according to him, this is Chisanja, no sleep. He promised to take on leaders who are corrupt, leaders who don't care about the people. But here is a man who is occupying a leadership position as Chief of Defense Forces. Not only does he not care about the people, he also keeps harming the people in a manner so wanton. Why does a General Yoweri Museveni take action against this man Muhoozi? Is it because he's his son? In the first place, we think it was erroneous for him to appoint his son in such a powerful position. But now you have appointed him a leader. He keeps wreaking havoc. He keeps flouting every law in the book. And you keep looking on. And then you are out there pretending this is Chisanja, no sleep. We are taking action to see that there is orderliness, there is service delivery. Leaders are caring about the people. That's hypocrisy. And I saw him say that even you, the opposition, you need to be monitoring what government is doing and ensuring the right things are done. This is part of us doing that work, which we have always done. We kept speaking out against corruption, showed evidence, you did nothing. And now you pretend that this is Chisanja, no sleep. When are you going to take action against this son of yours, who is behaving like a very spoiled child? We have held a meeting as opposition members of parliament discussing issues to do with human rights in our country, issues to do with the rule of law, our concerns, and what we think ought to happen going forward. We know that a number of Ugandans have been missing for a while. We have always talked about the 18, including John Bosco Chibalama, whom the Prime Minister said was arrested, the likes of Kanata Muhammad, John Damulira, and others. That list continues to grow by the day. We know of people like Sam Mugumya, who was picked up by security, and up to now, they refused to produce him in court. So he's held in incommunicado detention. The same thing with people like Amos Rangomani, that's a relative to the Honorable Kahinda Otafire, and several others. These we say because we know them, but there's a plethora of other Ugandans who are held in incommunicado detention. They are not produced in court. Many times they are tortured. And it seems to be business as usual. We understand, and these are reports we have gotten over time, that some of these missing persons were actually killed by the regime. And that's why they have failed to account for them. We have also gotten reports in the past that some of them had their eyes gouged out. That's how sadistic these people get to be. When you see them sadistically say these things on social media, they are that way even in practice. Eddie Mutwe and several others, some of who are now in jail, were abducted, tortured, and up to now, they're still held. We have tried to seek bail for them. That has not happened. Dr. Kizza Besigye continues to be persecuted. I've talked about Sam Mugumya, Amos Rangomani, Christopher Godi, also known as King Zare, who was also abducted on the 21st of April. Up to now, he's not been accounted for. Now, on Monday, Council Areas Lukwago joined this list. We saw the military raid his home after he had communicated that court has issued summons summons to General Muhoozi Kainerugaba to answer to a petition that had been filed in court, because Dr. Kiza Besigye petitioned court and said, even though I have been brought here, I also have got a concern. Muhoozi is threatening to kill me, and he has done that several. So because Elias Lukwago was talking about these things, we saw the reaction of Muhoozi Kainerugaba, who continues to wreak havoc in a manner so wanton, and is very proud of this, his melodrama. After the 2026 elections, we saw how the regime targeted the leader of the National Unity Platform, the Honorable Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert, and his family, and there were several other people were targeted. Honorable Muhammad Mwanga Chivumbi, they raided his home, killed people. Now he's being held for terrorism, among other charges.